Oh, y'all can't hear me. I couldn't hear me either. Probably 'cause the mic wasn't on. But guess what? It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Because we here this morning. Time for the WakeBake and Coffee Morning Show.
They say I can't rap about Jesus.
Sing only Molly money choosing two-seaters. And they say I can't rap about Black Lives Matter. Only rap about how I used to move that gas better. They offered me the deal, came with 3 mil. Had to dumb down the scale for that radio appeal. Women at will, all the money here, but talking about Jesus.
Saying that ain't welcome here. I can't glorify the spirit, but I can glorify the street. False prophet through the meat, as I profit through the speech. Can't mention blood unless it's gang related. Can't talk about the cross unless it's chain affiliated. Revelation unrelated, say the truth is so hated. Everything money motivated, women disgraded. I can only say when it's sex orientated. Can't speak about the savior, but I can nay ya. Say I don't do skinny jeans, fat swag, kiss men. Last man that kissed a man, betrayed him in the end. Giving scriptures through these raps, just for me to rap. From the church to the trap, just to free yourself.
They say I can't rap about Jesus.
Sing only Molly money choosing two-seaters. And they say I can't rap about Black Lives Matter. Only rap about how I used to move that gas better.
They say I can't rap about Jesus.
Sing only Molly money choosing two-seaters. And they say I can't rap about Black Lives Matter. Only rap about how I used to move that gas better. They say I can rap about I can run up in the house, strip you and the spouse, put you both on the couch, put duct tape on the mouth, wondering what this all about. You claiming that you future, so bring them comments out. I can't uplift my people unless we constantly getting high. While we piping, getting by, why you want me to inspire? Putting pounds in the trunk, driving across the state line. Say Virginia got mechanics, so be careful where you drive. Unless they in twerk videos, say they kissing other girls, IG pose, no clothes, no clothes. Stop killing each other, more than the police if you really want peace. Say love thy neighbor, stop with this or self-hating. Stop asking government for the blessings that God gave us. Young man, put your pants up, lady, put some clothes on. All my black men, stand up, I'm gone.
They say I can't rap about Jesus.
Sing only Molly money choosing two-seaters. And they say I can't rap about Black Lives Matter. Only rap about how I used to move that gas better.
They say I can't rap about Jesus.
Sing only Molly money choosing two-seaters. And they say I can't rap about Black Lives Matter. Only rap about how I used to move that gas better. 5280, bless baby, bless baby, bless baby, bless baby, bless baby. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus.
Time to get up and get ready, for the hottest morning show in the ATL. It's the Wake, Bake, and Coffee Morning Show, live with Georgia first black governor. Ladies and gentlemen, I bring to you the most interactive radio show live. We bringing the hottest news, the illest independent artists, and a whole lot of love, baby. Okay. Get up, roll up, sit back, and ride to the Wake, Bake, and Coffee Morning Show with your host, Georgia's first black governor. Yes, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the WakeBake Coffee Morning Show. I'm sorry I sound stuffy and all that other good stuff, but it's okay. It is okay. It's okay. We gonna make it through. I'm not gonna let the sniffles
stop me from taking care of what I need to take care of. So, welcome to the WakeBake Coffee Morning Show. It's Ratchet but Righteous Tuesdays. First and foremost, let me give all praise and honor to my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, to my Heavenly Father for being alive this morning. On this beautiful Tuesday, I have my beautiful wife in my ear. Yes, Lord. Oh, man. But, Lord, I thank you for her, our children, our family, parents, siblings, friends, foes, and those that troll. And for those that's going to come in later, watch, share, comment, like, all that good stuff. Yes. Yes. So welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I might sound a little funny. It's okay. Don't pick at me. Don't make me feel bad. I haven't had a cold in 20 plus years. Haven't had a cold since I signed up to the United States Navy. After I took about 40 shots in the arm and one big fat penicillin shot in the right butt cheek, I've been fine. This is the first time I've had the sniffles. She might get mad right now, but I told her it's either between the wife and my mama. One of the two done gave me they cold. Now, I'm trying to give it back to them, but they told me that's not right. So I've been looking for somebody to just give this to because my sinuses is killing me right now. So anybody that want a cold so you don't have to go to work for a couple of days, come holler at me. I'll hot chew and sneeze all on you. Oh, man. So it is a beautiful morning. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. How y'all doing? Oh, man. Ha. Hey, babe. Babe. Hey. How are you? That's good. Why you sound like that? I am on the show, but what that got to do with you sounding like that? Are you worried about somebody gonna hear you? Nah, I don't have them on no commercial. We live, babe. How you doing this morning? That's good. Would you like for me to put you on speakerphone so you can say hello to everybody? No, you good? Are you sure? Because ain't nobody in right now. So you positive? You positive? Okay. She said hello, everybody. She's waving in the car. You can't? I'm pretty sure you can. You sure you don't want to say hello? I mean, you have a very beautiful voice for like radio. I would like, you know what I mean? Don't be scared. No, I didn't say you were scared. I said don't be scared. Oh. Don't be like that. I guess the couples don't want to come in. Good morning, sis. How you doing? Said Mr. Reese said I play too much. I play too much. I just wanted to see if she wanted to say hello to everybody. That's all. You know. Especially since I had exes pop in yesterday. I'm not playing. I'm really tired of hiding. If you really want to know the truth. That's how I'm feeling. But I'm going to be obedient. But the day that I'm told that I can reveal, boy, listen. I might keep y'all here for 6 hours because I got a whole, because we behind. And I thank God Mama Quita ain't here because then she'll be talking trash. And I'm trying to figure out how you and Mama Quita become friends. When did that happen? How did I miss that? I just want to know how y'all become friends. I don't like that. I don't. See, Teresa said, "Go ahead, then. I'm curious." No, before I even get into that, I'm just trying to figure out when did her and Mama Quita become friends. I'm confused because nobody told me nothing. I don't even think I like y'all talking to each other. And there's no disrespect to Mama Quita. But I'm just afraid of what y'all talk about when I ain't around. I don't need you getting no extra ideas. You know, I'm just saying. I love you though. I just wait till Thursday when Mama Quita come on the show. I wish it was one of them Tuesdays that she was on the show, so I could just tell her to her face. I don't like the fact that you having conversations, and I know Mama Quita's gonna come in. So, and I'm pretty sure she's gonna watch the replay because I saw you get a phone call from her the other day. I just never said nothing, so I just want to know, what y'all be talking about. As long as y'all ain't talking about me, we good. It said you don't. Miss Teresa said you don't know everything, Gov. I should know everything. That's the point. If I had to tell everything, then I feel she should have to tell everything. Just go ahead and put it on the table. Because if y'all ain't talking about nothing, and usually I'm pretty sure y'all talking about godly stuff, godly women stuff. That's cool. I ain't got an issue with that. I just want to know what the conversation is. Am I not privy to the conversation? Or is that private? What kind of lies is Mama Quita telling you about me? I'm just saying, I just want to know. Because everybody get to talk. Listen, I don't have friends that I could just be like, yo, pull up on me, son. Let's go out, have a couple. I don't have that. I had to go celebrate, party with siblings. And if my siblings are not available, then I have to go by myself. So I don't have that luxury. Because my wife got friends. And I ain't jealous. It's just that I don't have no friends. I don't have nobody that can just pull up and be like, hey, come hang out with me, Gov. Come kick it with me. Well, I can't say that. I got Vegas. That's about it. and Vegas don't even really count as a friend. That's like my big brother. Mr. Teresa said everything in due season. Well, the season is overdue. Everything in due season. Now I want to know what's going on and how they get to chop it up and don't get to tell me what's popping. I confused. I'm lost. Everything in due season. Well, the season is now. Man, how would you feel if your wife was talking to your business partner and you ain't know nothing about it? Hush. Why you getting so quiet now? Why I got to be extra? I'm just asking a question. Don't worry, because I'm waiting on Mama Quita to show up today. Because I'm pretty sure she's going to pop in. Because I need to know the question. I need to know what y'all talking about. Nothing for me to know. Do you hear this? Do you hear this? Nothing for me to know. At least I say this. You're not a jealous woman. I can say that. Because you allow me to wear a shirt with another woman's face on it. And drink out a coffee mug with her face on it. Well, what I could say is, shit, she paid for it. So, I mean, I'm pretty sure she don't have a problem. So, yeah. So, I guess I can slide that way, you know. The wife bought all the cups and the shirts. So is that what you and Mama Queen have been plotting and planning and talking about? Merchandise and merch and... I mean, you could tell me, you know. I want to know what you and Mama Queen be talking about. What's the topic for the show? How about you hang up and come on secretly like you always do, and you can see what the topic for the day is. How about that? That'll work. I love you, babe. Bye. See, that's what happened when you get caught up in the ratchet and righteous. Y'all know I could be a little ratchet. But anyway, it is new music. I have to big up to my man Bless in Las Vegas for this new record, Purpose. I got a special text message at 12 this morning. I got my copy. Downloaded. Do you have your copy of Purpose? Do you? And do you even know what your purpose is? And most men, it's going to be hard for us to figure that out, because usually we know what the purpose is. We could probably figure out how to get there, but it takes a certain type of woman. A certain type of woman to push you, to elevate you, to get you where you need to be. That I can say. When are we going to find out who she is? As you say, everything in due season. Didn't you say everything in due season? So y'all will find out who she is, I guess, in due season. I guess everything in due season, since that's what y'all telling me. So everything in due season. In due season. And I don't want y'all to be mad at me today. Today is new music release, you know. And most of the time I do release new music, but I love this record, Purpose. I love it. I did post on Facebook where you can go purchase the record. It's only 99 cents. You can't beat that. 99 cents. 99 cents. That's all it is. 99 cents. Go get you a copy. Tell all your friends about it. Tell all your church folks about it. Tell anybody who trying to get married. I think that's why I like the record. Because, you know, I'm on the verge of getting married. The song is talking about being married or getting married, and the type of woman that it is. So I love it. And what I could say is I have a little history of the song. Let me pull it up. Okay. The history of the record is this record was written 5-6 years ago, going on 6 years. And apparently the record was written for whom the wife to be. And it took 6 years to get this record put together. which is crazy. So, so I am gonna play the record maybe more than once. However, I'm gonna take a break, and when I come back from this break, we gonna get into Ratchet but Righteous Tuesdays. And as a request from the wife, she said since I was talking trash, she would like to hear Mama Quee the theme song because she loves that song too. She told me to play that before I play anything else. So, we're going to take a break. We're going to come back. We're going to get into this Ratchet but Righteous Tuesdays because the Ratchet but Righteous Tuesdays is virgins. Do they still exist? I want to know, can God restore you back to your virginity stage? I want to know if that's possible. That's bad. You're getting a text message. Play Mama Quee the theme song. I'm going to play the song, woman. I need for y'all women to calm down and be nice. Do something righteous with yourselves. I need for y'all to be nice. And what I also need is I need for everybody that's on YouTube to hit this like button. And I need for everybody on Facebook to pump some hearts. Make sure you like, you share. If you would like to support the show, the information is in the description. It will show you how you can support the show. You can do it via Cash App or PayPal. Good morning, Stevie Steve. How you doing? So, because I've been bullied by the wife, I'm going to play. We're going to take us a break. I am going to play Mama Quita's theme song because that's what she asked for. It is what it is. Okay. And then we're going to get into the Ratchet but Righteous Tuesdays. We're going to get into this new Blessed record with Las Vegas Purpose. Please go get your copy. It's 99 cents. It is a Black Friday sale because December the 2nd, from what I understand, it goes from 99 cents to $2. So go ahead and get your copy right now for 99 cents because December the 2nd, the price goes up to $2. So get your copy now. Get your copy now because after December the 2nd, after Black Friday, the price goes up to $2. So, with that being said, we're going to take us a break, and we're going to come back. And Stevie Steve, the Ratchet but Righteous Tuesdays, do virgins still exist? Why are you asking that? Yes, 99 cents is 99 cents for a copy of the new record. 99 cents. But I'm reading off what they sent me. I'm reading off what was sent to me. The record goes up to $2 after Black Friday. So get your copy now and save you $1.01. That's all I can tell you. And guess what?
We'll be back with more of the WakeBake and Coffee Morning Show, live with Georgia's first black governor.
The Andrew and Walter Young Family YMCA Schools Out Camp is back from November the 25th through the 27th with arts and crafts, indoor swimming, STEAM, sports, field trips, and much, much more. Pre-camp sign-in is from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. Camp hours are from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Post-camp sign-out is from 4 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. The cost is $28 per day per child. Caps and other child subsidies are accepted. To get registered, contact Sarah Brown at 404-523-9622 or email her at sarahb@ymcaatlanta.org because when school's out, camps are in.
The Andrew and Walter Young Family YMCA has partnered with the Jabari Parker Foundation and the Atlanta Hawks for their Thanksgiving dinner giveaway. The Young Family YMCA is asking for donations of non-perishable items as we feed 300 plus families in need this holiday season. All donations can be dropped off at the Young Family YMCA at 2220 Campbellton Road, Southwest Atlanta by November the 22nd. We thank you in advance for your donations that will go to help feed families in need this holiday season.
Y'all know what time it is. Mama Quita.
Love series.
Y'all know what time it is. Mama Quita. Love series. Mama Quita. Y'all know what time it is. Yeah. Y'all know what time it is. Listen. My girl called up here and told me that I need to play this song. She wants to hear this song. So here's Mama Quita's theme song. Mama Quita, baby daddy without the baby. And my girl's new favorite song. Here's my man Sean Isaac with Love You Harder. We'll be back right after this.
Tell me something I need to know. Then take my breath and never let it go. If you just let me invade your space, I'll take this pleasure and take it with the pain. And if in the moment I bite my lips, baby, in the moment you know this is something bigger than us. Bliss, give me a reason to believe in. And if I want to keep you, I gotta to love you harder. I gotta love you harder. And if I really need you, I gotta to love you harder. Love you harder. Love you, love you, love you, love you. Pleasure and take it with the pain. And if in the moment you bite your lip, when I get you moaning, you know it's real. Can you feel the pressure between your hips? I'll make you feel like the first time. And if I want to keep you, I gotta to love you harder. I gotta love you harder. And if I really need you, I gotta to love you harder. Love you harder. Love you, love you, love you, love you. Harder, 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 harder. Love you, love you, love you, love you. So what do I do if I can't figure it out? I gotta try again. Oh, so what do I do if I can't figure it out? Said I'ma leave again. Said I got to love you, babe. Said I gotta love you, babe. And if I really need you, I gotta to love you harder. Love you harder. And if I want to keep you, I gotta to love you harder. I gotta love you harder. And if I really need you, I gotta to love you harder. Love you harder.
Yeah.
Sean Isaac will love you harder. There you go, baby. I love you, babe. Yes. 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 Welcome back to the WakeBake and Coffee Morning Show. That was Sean Isaac. Yes. My baby asked for that request. So, there you go, babe. I love you. Okay? Good morning. You came in on time. I got a bone to pick with you, Mama Quita. You came in right on time. I hope you only caught 2 seconds of the song. I shouldn't be that way. I'm sorry, Mama Quita. I'm in my feelings right now. I'm in my feelings. Cause you and my wife talking. She called me yesterday talking about Mama Quita said this, Mama Quita said that, then this, that, and the third. When y'all become friends, I'm trying to figure this out. And I told her on the phone, I know you bought T-shirts and coffee mugs and all that other good stuff. But I'm trying to figure out when you and Mama Quita became friends. That's what you did. And then she tell me that I have to play your theme song first thing this morning. What? Listen, I have to deal with you on the show. I don't want to have to deal with a part 2 of you after the show. So that's what you did. She walked in praying and binding and rebuking and throwing oil all over the place, and I'm listening to her move furniture in the background. Like, what are you doing? Well, Mama Quita said I need to anoint this and pray over this and bind this. And I said, but when I told you, it went in one end out the other. Mama Quita told you it stuck. I'm like glue. I confuse. I don't tell lies. I put people in positions where you have to tell me the information that I want. Because I know how to ask the right questions. So, my question for the day for Ratchet but Righteous Tuesdays is, virgins, do they still exist? Are they, and why aren't they popular anymore? Do virgins still exist? The reason I posed this question, because I was reading, matter of fact, I'm on a new book. Make sure you go get you a copy. Mr. Ed called Communication, Sex, and Money. Now, fellas, whatever. Don't be like that, Mama Quita. You know I ain't got nothing but love for you. I just trying to figure out when I tell her something, it didn't stick. When you told her something, so I'm just in my feelings right now. Don't be like that. So let me come out my feelings. Virgins, do they still exist? If so, where are they? Where they at? Do they still exist? Cause see, long time ago, I was reading this morning, and I didn't know that when people got married, and I'm going to just read the insert, okay? It says, there's a glory to virginity. Virginity is a part of the uniqueness with which God endowed both men and women in creation. virginity is a glory to both men and women. In this day and age, virginity is regarded as useless by much of the medical profession. Maybe T.I. didn't get that note. Maybe T.I. didn't get that. In this day and age, virginity is regarded as useless by much of the medical profession. It is as a shame to those with it, as a trophy to be won by macho men, as an embarrassment to young ladies, and as a nuisance to incestuous parents. I didn't really, and when I read this, it threw me off. I didn't even really know it went down that way. Okay, it said, to God and the godly, virginity is a glory. God expects both men and women to be virgins when they are married, not just the woman. I'm going to say that one more time. Just in case. Good morning, Stevie Steve. Just in case the men didn't get it. So let me say it one more time. God expects both men and women to be virgins when they get married, not just the woman. God has no double standards. Man does, God doesn't. The author goes on to say, it is my belief. It's my belief that the divorce rate in America is directly proportionate to the loss of virginity before marriage. God's standard for virginity before marriage was for a divine purpose. Men need to understand the truth concerning virginity, and fathers need to know why God holds them responsible for their virginal daughters. So, y'all can't be mad at T.I. because God holds you responsible for keeping your daughters virgins. Which means that I just need to go kill mine. That's what the Bible says. Kill them. Stone them. I'm sorry. But I want to know, could God restore you back to your virginity stage, even though you messed up? I guess when I start marriage counseling, I'm gonna ask that question. I just got a lot of questions. I do. I have. Oh man, let me keep reading. God's standard for virginity before marriage was for a divine purpose. Men need to understand the truth concerning virginity, and fathers need to know they got to protect their daughters. Okay. In Deuteronomy, God is very explicit in his instructions concerning a newlywed couple. In the Jewish culture, there was a distinct manner in which the newlyweds were to come together. God also gave explicit instructions on how to adjudicate the matter if a man wanted an annulment on the grounds that his bride was not a virgin when he married her. All things are possible through Christ. See, this is why. Now, Mama Quita, I really ain't even mad that you talked to the wife. I'm happy that y'all have these conversations. Just keep being a great example for her, because I can be a little left sometimes. Oh, man. So, God gave instructions for the wedding on the wedding night. God also gave explicit instructions on how to adjudicate the matter if a man wanted an annulment on the grounds that his bride was not a virgin when he married her. So how did God do that? The evidence of the purity of the woman was to be found in her tokens of virginity. Yes, we know. Listen. Don't get put back on the blacklist. You good right now. I miss you being on Ratchet but Righteous, because this would be fun right now. Right. It said the evidence of purity of a woman was to be found in her tokens of virginity. That is the presence of blood on the marital bedcloths. The parents of the bride were to furnish the newlyweds with a set of bedcloths for the couple's first night of marriage and their initial act of sexual intercourse. After the first night together, if the man brought a charge against the new bride that he found her not a virgin, then the parents of the bride were to obtain the bedcloths used that night and spread them before the elders of the city to give evidence concerning their daughters' tokens of virginity. What it do, Mr. King? Welcome to the WakeBake Coffee Morning Show. We on the Ratchet but Righteous Tuesdays. Virgins, do they still exist? Right. So, how would you feel if the bride parents, so I would have to buy 4 sets of bed sheets if we were still living in biblical principle, which we should go back to. So I really can't be mad at Tip. Okay, so they bought bed sheets, and the bed sheets were the proof of their daughter's virginity. If the tokens was found that it was evident that the man had lied in attempt to gain an annulment, maybe he thought the cookie wasn't that good. I don't know. It don't get wet enough. No, I'm just playing. Man, if tokens were found that the evidence that the man had lied to attempt to gain annulment, he was attempting to defraud his new bride and her parents. His charge, if false, was a slander against the Virgin of Israel and incurred a severe penalty. First, the husband was to pay the parents of the bride a fine for bringing a false charge against their daughter. Second, he will have to continue the marriage with never an opportunity for divorce. Wow. I don't know what that means. Shaking my I don't know all this shorthand stuff. Just go ahead and type it all the way out. I'm just saying, if he lied, what else could he lie about? You done laid down with the woman. Y'all done got married. Y'all done went through the whole shebang of the ceremony. Then you done took her home. And then what would you lie about? She was a virgin, so what was the purpose? Why lie? Man, I was just trying to help the brother out. Maybe the cookie wasn't good. Maybe she didn't do it right. Maybe she just laid there. Maybe she, I don't know. I'm just saying. I was just trying to help the brother out. That's all. So, but to lie, you have to pay the parents a fine for lying. And secondly, he will have to continue the marriage with never an opportunity for divorce. So you know what that means. She get to bust you upside your head, and ain't nothing you can do about it. You stuck for life. But like Johnny Taylor always said, it's cheaper to keep her. Oh, man. He was married to the woman for life. This meant that she could not be put away or made to fend for herself, hoping to find someone who would take her as a once divorced woman to be a wife again. The man's penalty was the responsibility to provide and care for the woman all her life. That means murder had to be at an all-time high. How do I get rid of her? Tell her to drink this. She died in her sleep. I'm sorry. She lied. She died in her sleep. Okay. It said, but if his charge was true, if the woman was not a virgin, Though representing herself to be, then the husband was given the annulment he desired. Her penalty for defrauding her parents and husband was to be brought before the people in the city and be stoned. So let me ask this question. When women lie about being raped, why can't they be brought before the city and stoned? Not necessarily physically stoned, but I think she should do the same time that would have been given to a rapist. Rapists typically get about 8 to 10 years. So if she lied, why she can't do them 8 to 10? Oh, it's quiet now. Women don't like to talk about themselves, huh? But I tell you the truth. She was wrought folly in Israel to play the whore in her father's house. So, if you snuck out, lost your virginity, and then got married, you was considered a whore by losing her virginity while still living at home, and the penalty was death. Now, the question becomes, what if she snuck out and gave the cookie to the one she marrying? I don't think he would tell then. But now the question becomes, okay, so let me ask this. Let's say boy meets girl, before they get married, they have sex, okay? So she's deemed a whore, he's deemed a fornicator, okay? But they want to be married. They just took it a step further before the wedding. So what happens when the bride parents buy the bed sheets and then come back the day after looking for the bed sheets and there's no blood? How do you explain that one? Where my church folks at? Where my pastors at? How do you explain that one? Okay, boy meets girl, we're gonna get married. I love you, you love me. One thing lead to another. We can go on in. Do you save the blood from the first time? Do you sacrifice an animal and put their blood on there? I just want to know, how do you now justify, especially when the wife's parents are to provide bedcloths to prove that she's a virgin? Do you say, nah, don't worry about it. We don't want any white sheets. Got any navy blue? You got any red sheets? We can put some water on there and let it. All right. Now just, how do you do that? How do you say, how do you justify that? Okay. It's still quiet on me. I'm sorry, Lord. It's still quiet. It's still quiet. All right. It said God expects both the man and the woman to be virgins at the time of their marriage. It is possible to prove the virginity of a woman, but not the virginity of a man. That is another thing. What if he's already experienced and she doesn't know? Because how do you prove the virginity of a man? His voice changes. His walk changes. Everything about a man after sex changes. Because yesterday he was, hey, mama. And today hey, mama. Oh, man. The man word was to be reliable. His facial expressions. Right. Everything about the man changes. You could tell he walking around jolly. He got a little pep in his step. You know, listen, you can tell. You can tell. You can tell. You just have to pay attention. Yes. Hey, Mom. Hey, Mom. Good morning. You done had sex. What are you talking about? So a man's word was to be reliable. But we all know men lie. Women lie. They say numbers don't. I just think it's whoever's adding and subtracting. Right. Right. It said the woman has the power of sex. Mama Quita mentioned that last week. It said the woman has the power of sex, the ability to give or to keep it. It is assumed that if she has not been raped or had her virginity lost through forcible sexual assault, then she had voluntarily submitted to sexual intercourse before marriage, which was contrary to God's commandment. So, why is being a virgin now taboo? Why is being a virgin looked upon as taboo? Why is it a problem that they still exist? Why aren't men taught? Let's put the women to the side. Why aren't men taught to be virgins upon marriage? Because I had this conversation yesterday with a gentleman, and he was like, he said, boy, you're smiling, you're cheesing, you got a glow. Of course, I'm happy, bro. I'm about to get married and, this, that, and the third. And he was like, yeah, man. He's like, have you ran to test the waters? Have you got it all out your system? And, he said, you and your girl live together? I was like, nah, we don't stay together. We are in celibacy until our wedding day. And he was like, that's big. Yeah, because I want to take all this frustration. I don't want to lose none of it. I want her to be able to enjoy every piece that night. I don't want to be used. I don't want to do nothing. I want to be able to share every piece that night. And he was saying, men, we supposed to sow oats and things of that nature. And I told him, what was wrong with being a virgin upon getting married? Because sex is a covenant. And a lot of people don't understand why sex was only for married people. Because you're going into a covenant, a physical covenant and a spiritual covenant. You are now becoming soul tied. This is the reason the Bible says a man shall leave his mother and father and cleave to his wife, and they shall become one flesh. One. Because once you lay down, you have become soul tied to that person. Stevie C said there are no virgin values in 2019. Mama Quita said there is, it's just rare. And according to, a judge just blocked this law 2 days ago. Well, actually 2 weeks ago, a judge came in and blocked a law that a bill that was passed and signed into law by Trump, where he took the money away from Planned Parenthood and put the money in programs that taught abstinence, that taught keeping yourself to marriage, for marriage. It didn't teach contraceptions. It taught abstinence. It taught being rare. It taught staying a virgin until you're married. And a judge just now blocked that law. So now they're back in court fighting to re-push that law. So now the question becomes, what's wrong with being a virgin on your wedding night? And men, what do you have to prove? Because if this is the woman that God created for you, then everything will be good. I ain't gonna say y'all ain't gonna have y'all differences or, things of that nature. But think about it. If you was a virgin on your wedding night, you have nobody to compare them to. This is another reason why, even if you're not a virgin but you're about to get married, this is another reason why they tell you to be celibate. Because you get to cleanse yourself. You get to get all of the past off you. And you get to come into this new relationship new and whole. It cleanses you. And celibacy also gives you the opportunity to learn yourself as well as the person that you're going to marry. It gives you the opportunity to love without the sex. Because there's 24 hours in the day. You're only required to sleep between 6 to 8. Within 6 to 8 hours, you probably only going to put in 2 max of the sexual experience. So you're going to be asleep the other 4.5 to 6 hours. The rest of your day is spent up doing other things. And if you can't get along outside of the bedroom, then what good is the bedroom if the rest of your life is jacked up? So why we can't teach abstinence anymore? Why is it taboo? What would be the reason not to be a virgin? And don't hit me with the, you should try the milk before you buy the cow. Because you might like the milk and not like the cow. Did you ever think about it that way? You might like the milk. Milk might be good. I'm talking about good. But the cow might have mad cow disease. And there's nothing you can do with that. So now you have just wasted time, energy. You have given yourself spiritually. You have covered yourself. You have entered into something with someone whom you don't even tend to spend the rest of your life with. Is it really worth it? Because further on in reading, what I found out was when a man lay down with a woman or his wife and he's thinking about another woman, you are committing adultery. And you are bringing judgment upon yourself. Have you ever noticed people who step out their marriages, bad things tend to happen to them? Have you ever noticed people who are very promiscuous, bad things tend to happen to them? You think everything looks good on the surface, but then when you start peeling back layers of the onion, it's rotten on the inside. And what is wrong with being a virgin in 2019, 2020? For me, there's nothing wrong with saving yourself with the one that you love. To save yourself for the one that you want to walk down the aisle with. And because men aren't taught that sex is for marriage, because there was a poll that was taken. Let me see if I could pull up the poll. There was a poll that was taken about how it said in society, it said, who teaches young men about sex? That was the question. Who teaches young men about sex? In a recently published paper, a poll of 1,000 teenagers. Now, these are teens. So when you think of teenager, you think of 13 to 19. It said, and 48% of the 1,000 were young men. 48% out of this 1,000 were young men. Okay? It says now, out of this 1,000, 38% were found to learn about sex on their own. So that's Playboy, Penthouse, pornography, masturbation. That's pretty much what that means to me. When you're finding out sex on your own, that means that you're dabbling into pornography, you're dabbling into masturbation, you're dabbling into sex magazines and things of that nature. It says 23% found about sex from their friends. Now, I'm kind of curious to know how that works, but okay. Son, you know, you got to go down the field. It's a little wetness and, then, right. How do you tell? Okay, never mind. It says 20% found out about sex at home. 20% found out at sex at home. 12% found out about sex at school. It says only 1 teen in 7 learns about sex at home. Every 1 in 7. So the other 6 are running rampant. But only 1 in 7 learns about sex at home. And there's not enough who learn about it at church, because that didn't show up in the research data. Only 2% of those who interviewed said that sex should be taught in school. It said the same interviewees thought that a girl could not get pregnant the first time she had sex, and that condoms ruin sexual pleasure, and that oral sex is not sex, and masturbation was good. 50% admitted that they already engaged in sex while still in high school. It says sex is the highest physical act of love between two people to show their union in spirit, which is a covenant relationship. To understand this truth, it is necessary to understand God's covenant relationship with man. Sex should be taught at home and in the church. Stevie Steve said, I told mine about sex. I wish I can, and I told mine. And I still iterate it on a daily basis. There should be no sexing, or I'm gonna kill you and some little boy. But I'm more in depth than that. It's just an overview of how the conversation ends. However, but to think that a girl can't get pregnant on the first time, to think that condoms ruin sexual pleasure, oral sex, and masturbation. Oh, they think that oral sex is not sex. I don't know who told that lie. And they said that masturbation is good. Now, I look at masturbation as the pull-out method. And like I tell people all the time, God killed some people for pulling out. To me, contraceptions, condoms, same principle, if you really look at it, because it hinders the number one thing sex was designed for, which is reproduction. Sex was designed for reproduction first, too, to also be, well, first, sex was designed as a covenant between the husband and the wife. Because you can get married, but if you show up at the honeymoon and your wife is on her period, you're not supposed to sleep with her. So your marriage is not fully complete until you consummate the marriage, because that's what brings in the one flesh. Sex was designed to unite you as one flesh. It was designed to enter into a spiritual covenant between the husband and the wife. And then, on top of that, it was to be enjoyed between man and woman. And it was used for reproduction purposes. Stevie Steve said, I don't think sex has anything to do with love, because it's not taught properly. We are taught to separate sex and love. Sex is that equal covenant that brings you together, that binds you in more intimacy with your wife. And the reason why sex is viewed to have nothing to do with love is because most men run around here and throw sex out without being with their wife. And because we are not sharing sex with our wife, we don't equivalate it to what its purpose is. Sex binds the love. Sex binds you in a covenant spiritually with your wife. Sex has everything to do with love. It was given to man and woman when they married by God. Sex has everything to do with love. And I used to think the same thing. That's because a long time ago, I had whorish ways. And Mama Quita backs it up. Because, you know, y'all listen to Mama Quita more than y'all listen to me. So, it's supposed to. But we have definitely separated and perverted it. And that becomes the number one problem with sex. Sex is now perverted. It's, ooh, she got some big booties, some big boobs, some nice thighs. So now you're already in perversion. because you've already looked upon her in lust. So, of course, wherever lust is, love can't be. So, wherever you find lust, love doesn't exist. This is the reason why people don't think sex has to do with love. When sex and love goes hand in hand, they're like peanut butter and jelly on white bread. It goes together. It goes together. So because we have allowed man to separate it and pervert it, that's the reason we feel sex has nothing to do with love. When sex has everything to do with love. But because we only nut chasing, yeah, I said it. We're only nut chasing and we are not love chasing, then it's easy to pervert it and separate the two. This is why men cheat, or this is their excuse of cheating. Girl, it was just sex. You know, it didn't mean nothing. But what he doesn't understand is you are now spiritually soul tied to that person. And by you being spiritually soul tied to that person, well, you are now covered with that person. Because just think about this. Just imagine if we truly followed God's rules, regulations, and laws. Just imagine if we did. And just imagine following God's rules, regulation, and laws when Moses said, if you go and you entice a virgin to give you her virginity, or you entice a woman to sleep with her, or to lie down with a woman that is not your wife, you are now obligated to make her your wife, and you are now to support this woman all the days of her life. There will be more virgins than you can imagine. Can you imagine if that what you were taught? Hey, if you lay down with her, you got to marry her, and you're responsible for her. Think about that, Stevie Steve. Think about if we obey God's law. The woman you had your son with, you are responsible for her for the rest of her life. Then sex will have a lot to do with love at that point. Think about the baby mama drama, the fussing, the fighting, the arguing, and all of that. You are now stuck with that for the rest of your natural life. Think about it. Just think about it. You're stuck with it for the rest of your life. You're stuck with this woman forever. Forever, ever. Forever, ever. Think about the first woman you ever had sex with. You're stuck with that woman for the rest of your life. No condoms, no nothing. She got to be the mother of your children. You got to feed her, house her, clothe her, bathe her, wipe her behind when she get old. Just imagine the first person that you ever had sex with you have to now be stuck with for the rest of your life. I don't know about you, Steve, but I thank God for forgiveness, salvation, restoration, and reconciliation. Even though I'll be free now because I'm pretty sure she's dead. But I'm just saying. Think about the very first person. You have to be stuck with them. Then at that point, there would be a lot of virgins. There would be less divorce. There would be more men in the house. There would be less fatherless children. And sex will have everything to do with love. So, I went a little far over my ratchet but righteous. But I hope you got something righteous out of the ratchetness that we're fed every day. So we're going to take a break. And we'll be right back right after this. And since we on the topic of sex and love, let's go ahead and get married. We'll be back with more of the WakeBake and Coffee Morning Show.
We'll be back with more of the WakeBake and Coffee Morning Show, live with Georgia's first black governor. Are you looking to become a better parent, escaping domestic or family violence, need help with anger management, couples mediation, or just individual guidance? If this sounds like you, then contact the Georgia Life Center by visiting their website at georgialifecenter.org or give them a call at 470-395-1397 to set up an appointment, because they believe everyone can lead a happy, productive life free of violence and abuse. At the Andrew and Walter Young Family YMCA, our staff lives by one golden rule: smile. And what does that mean? Serving members in love every day. The Andrew and Walter Young Family YMCA Schools Out Camp is back from November the 25th through the 27th with arts and crafts, indoor swimming, STEAM, sports, field trips, and much, much more. Pre-camp sign-in is from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. Camp hours are from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Post-camp sign-out is from 4 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. The cost is $28 per day per child. Caps and other child subsidies are accepted. To get registered, contact Sarah Brown at 404-523-9622 or email her at sarahb@ymcaatlanta.org, because when school's out, camps are in. Calling all my people on the night shift, the late drivers of Uber and Lyft, the night hawks, the creepers, heading home from the club, or you just up doing what grown folks do. You need to be tuned in to the hottest radio personality in the ATL, Big Ray Van Groove, from 2 a.m. to 6 a.m. on Magic 107.5, 97.5, the real sounds of Atlanta. The Andrew and Walter Young Family YMCA has partnered with the Jabari Parker Foundation and the Atlanta Hawks for their Thanksgiving dinner giveaway. The Young Family YMCA is asking for donations of non-perishable items as we feed 300 plus families in need this holiday season. All donations can be dropped off at the Young Family YMCA at 2220 Campbellton Road, Southwest Atlanta by November the 22nd. We thank you in advance for your donations that will go to help feed families in need this holiday season. Y'all know what time it is. Mama Quita.
Love series.
Y'all know what time it is. Mama Quita. Love series. Mama Quita. Y'all know what time it is. Y'all know what time it is. Yes, man. Welcome back to the WakeBake and Coffee Morning Show. We're here. Let's get married. Let's get married. Who all want to be married? I do. Let's get married. Can we get married? Can we get married? Since we passed the virgin part, can we get married? Do you really want to be married? This is another taboo in our society. For some strange reason, people think marriage is a problem. It's an issue. It's funny how everything that God has set in place for us is now a problem or an issue. I would love to be married. Can we get married? What's wrong with marriage? What's wrong with waking up to the same person every day for the rest of your life? Don't say that it's going to be boring. That would make you a boring individual. Oh, nobody respects marriage no more. None of that. Marriage. Gov, who wants to do that? Why? Marriage. Who's getting married? Why? Who? How? When? Where? Marriage has become an issue. I never knew. Never thought. I thought it's supposed to be a beautiful thing. You drop all this money. I'm not spending all this money and you leaving. Hell no. I'm too deep invested. Marriage. Nobody wants to be married. Nobody wants to see what it feels like. Marriage has been swapped out for shacking. And now is common law. No. Go through the process. Some women don't feel like getting married because then they think that they have to. It's an issue with now you're tied to this guy and he gets to boss you around and you're the boss now. And most men don't want to get married because they feel they don't want to wake up to the same person every day. But you already doing it. So I'm confused. And I think that a lot of people don't understand marriage because they don't understand their purpose. They don't understand why they're here. And they have the lack of understanding of the true meaning and purpose of being married. If you notice in America, the cultures that have the highest marriage percentages have less crime. They have more productive communities. They are more well off. Their children are more likely to succeed than those that are shacking, single parenting, living in the inner city. You don't have to take my word for it. You can go do the research yourself. A lot of us want to play married, but you don't want to do the real thing because you're taught something completely different. Because you hear the word submission. Ain't no man gonna tell me what to do. But ain't no woman gonna be trying to control me, take my money. But what I've understood, two heads are always better than one. But do you understand purpose? Do you understand the reason behind marriage? And I think because we have that lack thereof, it is hard for us to grasp the beauty in marriage. And I think the reason we lack to grasp the beauty of marriage in marriage is because of all the foolishness that take place prior to marriage. But I came back in just to give you a little taste, because we're going to take a break. And this break, without further ado, I know y'all been waiting. So I present to you Bless, featuring Los Vegas. Here's their new record, Purpose. I hope this can motivate you and can move you a little differently when it comes to marriage, when you thinking of marriage. I love this record. Also, this record goes on sale today. Today. The link is on the Georgia First Black Governor's page. This record goes in today. It is on sale. Make sure you get it. If you have until now, until December the 2nd, to get it for 99 cents, according to the notes I was sent, it goes up to $2 after Thanksgiving. So without further ado, I present to you Purpose.
Yo, Vegas. You know they say there's no more good men out here, right? I guess we're not that easily impressed.
Tell me, do you really know what love is? In and out relationship worthless. Man was put on earth with a purpose. Good woman by his side, together focused. See, listening to your friends can get you caught up. When you're going through the motion, hit God up. See, man was put on earth with a purpose. Good woman by your side to stay focused.
So can you be the first lady, stand next to the governor? God's the foundation. That solid love, looking for a nigga. I put away niggerish ways, long with childish things. I'm a grown man. Can you sit at dinners that are correspondence? Know how to place your toes in sands and beaches foreign. Say understand, my blessings come in the abundance. Know I attain favor. If it's you I find. I love how you teach through your speech. You walk like a virtuous woman. So baby, can you preach? Does wisdom grace your tongue? Can you stand next to a king? Say nah, I ain't chasing riches. It's wealth I'm leaving, a heritage for our children. Starting it off with wisdom. And all of your getting understanding. Get this, the realest thing I could ever tell you is lean to God's understanding, not your girlfriend's whispering.
Tell me, do you really know what love is? In and out relationship worthless. Man was put on earth with a purpose. Good woman by his side, together focused. See, listening to your friends can get you caught up. When you're going through the motion, hit God up. See, man was put on earth with a purpose. Good woman by your side to stay focused.
Say, are you in church to find man or to find God? What are you bringing to the table besides that pretty face? What's between your thighs? Your pause has his answers that contradict your eyes. Cover girl lies. Are you equally yoked with those you associate? With your girlfriend's drama be defecation we never ate? Say, do you have children? Do you love being a mother? What's the relationship like between you and the father? What's the bond with your parents? Where you see yourself in 5 years? Are you shelter driving, working? Are you moving up in corporate? What's your views on celibacy? Marriage, family, honesty, loyalty, have a sense of humor. Can you answer these? What's your skills in the kitchen that I'm missing? So delicious, make you that woman I'm willing to submit to. Will you submit to me? Would you pray with me? Wait, do you even know what love means?
Tell me, do you really know what love is? In and out relationship worthless. Man was put on earth with a purpose. Good woman by his side, together focused. See, listening to your friends can get you caught up. When you're going through the motion, hit God up.
really know what love is. They say love is patient. We don't have to rush this. We can take our time, work at it. God say love is kind and don't envy, boast or be proud. From Mars they can see how this purity gets down. Cause love ain't dishonest and love ain't self-seeking. Are you easily angered? Love, where's your meekness? Are you constantly speaking records of his wrong? Haven't healed from daddy's past, that's why you delight in evil. Say will you rejoice in the truth, especially if I speak it in you. No, I'll protect you, cause God say that's what love do. Love protects, that means I profess, provide, always trust, and always keep hope alive. I'll preserve this love for you, cause love never fails. I love you, baby, sincerely, blessed.
Tell me, do you really know what love is? In and out relationship worthless. Man was put on earth with a purpose. Good woman by his side, together focused. See, listen to your friends can get you caught up. When you're going through emotion, hit God up. See, man was put on earth with a purpose. Good woman by your side to stay focused. Oh.
Yeah. Gap Teeth music. Classic. I love it. Bless Vegas. I love it. 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 I love that. Purpose. Kind of brings us right into marriage. Purpose. 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 Let's get married. Good morning, Miss Bell. God specifically said no man should be alone. Man shouldn't be alone. And who's playing with the internet? Because it keeps skipping. Who playing with the internet in the building? So, marriage. Who wants to be married? Everybody don't raise your hand all at the same time. But God said no man should be alone. God also has made marriage for the beauty more so of the man. Fellas, I don't think that you understand the great benefit of why God created marriage. Adam was working alone. Teresa said, me. Anybody else? Anybody on Facebook want to be married? It's quiet as hell on Facebook. Nobody? Anybody? I do. Because I understand why God created such a thing. Number one, he didn't have the desire for man to be alone. Also, the purpose and the reason that a man was created is brought out and helped facilitated by the woman that was created for him. Mama Quita got her hands up. I'm going to put my hand up. I want to know who's playing with the internet right now because it keep going up and down, up and down, up and down. Every man on this earth was placed on this earth with a purpose in their lives. Every man in this world has a purpose. Most of the time, it takes a woman to push you to your purpose. It takes a woman to bring the best out of you. Men, what you also fail to understand is women were specially created completely different than what you were. Men were created for the glory of God. Women were created for the glory of man. Most women are especially your wife, is the greatest intercessor that you have. She sees, hears, and interprets what you can't see, hear, or understand. The revelation that is given to your wife is something completely different than what is given to you. Prime example. Men, you're given the vision. Your wife is given a step-by-step plan to execute said vision. Now, Mama Quita, you on here, you can't correct me if I'm wrong. You are the love series specialist. So let me just speak from experience. Most men have businesses that fail because you don't have the right woman on your team that has the step-by-step instructions. You have the vision, but the woman that God created for you has the instructions of executing that business. God has placed something in you, sir, but the wrong woman won't bring it out. The wrong woman can't bring it out of you. The right woman will help you manifest what is needed. Again, Mama Quita, if I'm wrong, you are the love expert on the show. You can't correct me if I'm wrong. Most men are still going through circles because you are led by lust. And because you're led by lust, it hinders you from finding your good thing. Because it said, when a man findeth a wife, he find himself a good thing and obtain favor from the Lord. Mama Quita said, the right woman, your helpmeet, will pull it out of you. She cultivates it and push you to get it out. The purpose of marriage is to bring that man with that helpmeet to fulfill the purpose that God has instilled in him. You can get to a certain place, but you will become stuck and stagnant in that place. And you can go from woman to woman to woman to woman to woman, and you will remain stagnant. The beauty of a wife is to keep you in God's presence. Well, maybe that's my wife. She is your greatest critic, but most importantly, she is your greatest intercessor. God will usually speak to her before he speaks to you. God will give you the vision, but he will give the wife the roadmap. For example, the vision may be to go from Atlanta to Las Vegas. You don't know how you get into Vegas, but the wife has the roadmap. She's the GPS. She has the step-by-step turn, highway, back road. She's your waves. Oop, baby, traffic, get off. Shoot. Go around here, hook a left, hook a right, go down here. 2 lights, hook another left, hook another right. We done went around the accident. Now jump back on the highway. How did you know that? Shh. How did you know that? The purpose of marriage is for the man to obtain favor. Because God didn't want you to be alone. Because he has instilled something in you that you are, as a man, to deliver to the world. And because you lacked, Tim said that's why my Google Maps and Waze has a woman's voice. Good morning, Mr. Taylor. Oh, man, that was funny. God has designed you with a purpose. And no matter how close you get or you think you are to this purpose, and I can only be transparent and speak for self. Every time I was at the finish line, I couldn't cross it. The reason I couldn't cross the finish line is because God will not bring a man into his purpose if he does not have the right woman by his side. God will not bring you into your full blessing, your full purpose, unless you have the right woman by your side. You can see the finish line. You could be running to it. And then it would disappear. Wait a minute. You will lose every time. Because you don't have the right woman. God will not bless you with something to share with the wrong person. God will not bless you with what he has for you to share with the wrong person. He won't. You can get frustrated all you want to, because listen, I've been in different countries, frustrated, mad, questioning, stomping my feet, catching temper tantrums, breaking stuff, because I've been right at the finish line and God said, nah, let me get that. Because if I give it to you, two things. Number one, I won't get the glory. Number two, you're going to take my blessing and go share it with the hoe back in the States. You're going to share it with the person that is not for you. You will share this blessing with someone who will damage it, who will destroy it, who will manipulate it, who will overuse it, who will wear you out. He won't give it to you. But get married. Allow God to bring that right woman into your life. And watch how your life change. Number two, just because he has brought your wife to you, if you have not went through the proper steps of a marriage ceremony, he will not bless you if you tamper with her before time. What do I mean by that? That means you sleeping with her before marriage. But if you stay the course, stick to his principles. He said, if you love me, you'll keep my commandments. And what I can tell you is, if you have a true wife, the one that God created for you, the one that he sent, that you were supposed to find. Because some men, we stop looking. This is the reason why God, like, you know what? I ain't really got time to be playing with Gov right now. Son, listen. I created her for you. Huh? Don't get too happy and excited because you can't touch it until you get married. But you're going to respect her and you're going to love her. And you're going to treat her better than you've treated any woman in your life. You're going to love her as Christ loved the church. And I will slowly bless you. And I will slowly give you what you need to move forward. I will slowly establish you. And once you get established, then you get married, I will open a window in heaven and I will pour out blessings beyond your wildest dreams. Mr. Taylor said, I think virgins do exist, but I think that the hypersexual media makes it very difficult for young people to remain that way. And I agree. This is where parenting comes in. I think the greatest thing is nobody wants to be parents anymore. Nobody wants to do the marriage thing. Nobody wants to save themselves. Because like I said, you don't have to take my word for it. You can go do the research yourself. Communities and cultures that thrive the best in America are those that are majority married. They have less fatherless homes. They have more successful children. They have less children out of wedlock. God is in the blessing business if you do it the right way. But I agree with Mr. Tim with the hypersexual media, with the false narratives, as Stevie Steve mentioned earlier, the things that we're taught and how it's presented to us. We miss out on a lot. Marriage is sacred. Marriage is a covenant that was given to man and woman to enjoy each other. For him to have you established in this earth and to bless you. So have you found a woman to help you with your purpose? Have you found that good thing so you can obtain favor? See, when a man finds the wife, not a girlfriend, not a side chick, not a hoe, not a booty call, not just somebody I can shack up with, not somebody I'm just living with, but when a man findeth a wife, he find himself a good thing. Not bad, not sometimes good, not halfway, but a good thing. And obtain favor. How many truly want God's favor in their life? Can you imagine what God's favor looks like? Can you imagine what God's favor looks like? Let me give you a sneak peek. Everything that was hard for you to do now comes easy. Everything that was once hard for you to do now becomes easy. The door that said no now says yes. The one that was closed is now open. When you can walk on a car lot with $2 in your account and a 400 credit score and turn around and get a 2020 brand new with a 3.8% interest and $225 a month car note. That is favor. When people try to figure out, wait a minute, you could barely pay rent last week. Now all of a sudden you live in a $375,000 home with a mortgage payment less than $1,000, and you got a 15-year mortgage. Oh, and your interest rate is 3.5%. How you do that? God's favor. Boy, you got a high school diploma. You ain't even got a high school diploma. Boy, you got a GED. But you making $200,000 a year on a GED, and you ain't even been to college. You don't have no certificates or nothing. How you do that? That's God's favor. I saw you building I saw you trying to get it off the ground. I saw you trying to do what it is that you're trying to do. I saw you trying to move, and it was difficult for you, but boy, you done blew up. God's favor. Good morning, Leslie. So, fellas, what is your purpose? The first thing that God gave Adam was a job. The second thing he gave him was a wife. Good morning, Ms. Long. Let's get married. But make sure you're marrying the right one. Because God will let you know. Because he's not going to let you tamper with, mess up, or kill his establishment and his sanctity. But men, stop being scared. Because when a man findeth a wife, fellas, you find a good thing, you will obtain favor. I'm living proof at God's favor. Take my word. Matter of fact, you ain't got to take my word. Try God yourself. I'm living proof of favor. The company I've been begging to start it, got it. I ain't even got married yet, but because I have been introduced to who he created for me, and because I remained faithful and stayed down and I didn't tamper with and I kept my word to him, I am living proof of God's favor. My wife prayed for me when I was in the street and she didn't even know I was her husband. But because of the prayers of her, God kept favor over me to be here. I am living proof of God's favor. Didn't know for 20 years I was passing her every day. Didn't know how she was praying. Didn't know at the times that she was praying, she didn't know how knee deep in death I was. She didn't know how knee deep I was to the grave. She didn't know. But because God knew I had a calling, he knew I was chosen, he knew I had a purpose in life, and it was for the establishment of his kingdom and for him to get the glory, I have attained favor. What's your purpose, fellas? What you doing, fellas? I tell you what, you really want to know the type of woman you got? Go home and tell her right now we ain't having no more sex until we get married. That right there would determine if that's your wife or not. I guarantee it. Go home right now with the person you shacking up with and say we ain't having no more sex until we get married. And I guarantee you God would let you know in that moment. Women, if that's who you were created for. Men, if that's your wife. I'm living proof of God's favor. Didn't know I met my wife 22 years ago. At the time I met her, I had just got raided by the FBI. My best friend had just got murdered in front of me. I had someone pull the same trigger they pulled on him, and the gun clicked. When I came and shared my story, she was the only one who spoke to me thereafter. I didn't know. I didn't know. But I knew how she got down. So when he came back 22 years later and said, hey, wake up, son. This was the woman that I created for you. I knew I had found a good thing. I knew the favor. God, you have saved me this long length of time. You have gave me grace and mercy and favor upon my life for this moment. So I can enter into your sacred covenant of marriage. Enter into your sweet sacred covenant of marriage. And men, if you looking to understand your purpose, ask yourself, are you truly fulfilling God's purpose that he cast in your life? You can have a quick answer. Just look at the woman next to you. Look at the woman next to you. That there will speak volumes. Wow. That there. Thank you, Ms. Long. Ms. Long said, ain't nobody touching this until marriage. I don't blame you. Let me see. What's that? Thank you, Ms. Long. Oh, that's glitter from the chair. I'm living proof of God's purpose. Living proof of God's favor. Because when a man findeth a wife, not the side chick, not the shacking chick, not the easy one, not the community pass around, but a wife. Your true purpose will be revealed. She will put you God gave you the vision. He gave your wife the roadmap to get there. If you have a wife, you're supposed to love her like Christ loved the church. Listen to her. She is your greatest intercessor. God will speak to her before he deal with your foolishness. God knows you hard-headed. That's the reason he gave you a wife. He will speak to her. Like I said, the vision is to go from Georgia to Vegas. But you don't know how you gonna get there. But she do. Know your purpose. Understand your purpose. And speaking of purpose, I'm going to play this song one more time. And I'm going to just say it one more time. You can get your copy for 99 cents. Just click on the link on Georgia First Black Governor's page. You can get you a copy for 99 cents. Because after Black Friday, it goes up to $2. So take advantage of this Black Friday sale. Here's my man Bless in Las Vegas. with purpose. And I'll be back to close after this.
Yo, Vegas. You know they say there's no more good men out here, right? I guess we're not that easily impressed.
Tell me, do you really know what love is? In and out relationship worthless. Man was put on earth with a purpose. Good woman by his side, together focused. See, listening to your friends can get you caught up. When you're going through the motion, hit God up. See, man was put on earth with a purpose. Good woman by your side to stay focused.
So can you be the first lady, stand next to the governor? God's the foundation. That solid love, looking for a nigga. I put away niggerish ways, long with childish things. I'm a grown man. Can you sit at dinners that are correspondence? Know how to place your toes in sands and beaches foreign. Say understand, my blessings come in the abundance. Know I attain favor. If it's you I find. I love how you teach through your speech. You walk like a virtuous woman. So baby, can you preach? Does wisdom grace your tongue? Can you stand next to a king? Say nah, I ain't chasing riches. It's wealth I'm leaving. A heritage for our children. Starting it off with wisdom. And all of your getting understanding. Get this, the realest thing I could ever tell you is lean to God's understanding, not your girlfriend's whispering.
Tell me, do you really know what love is? In and out relationship worthless. Man was put on earth with a purpose. Good woman by his side, together focused. See, listening to your friends can get you caught up. When you're going through the motion, hit God up. See, man was put on earth with a purpose. Good woman by your side to stay focused.
Say, are you in church to find man or to find God? What are you bringing to the table besides that pretty face? What's between your thighs? Your pause has its answers, it contradicts your eyes.
Cover girl lies.
Are you equally yoked with those you associate? With your girlfriend's drama be defecation we never ate? Say, do you have children? Do you love being a mother? What's the relationship like between you and the father? What's the bond with your parents? Where you see yourself in 5 years? Are you sheltered, driving, working? Are you moving up in corporate? What's your views on celibacy? Marriage, family, honesty, loyalty, have a sense of humor. Can you answer these? What's your skills in the kitchen that I'm missing? So delicious, make you that woman I'm willing to submit to. Will you submit to me? Would you pray with me? Wait, do you even know what love means?
Tell me, do you really know what love is? In and out relationship worthless. Man was put on earth with a purpose. Good woman by his side, together focused. See, listening to your friends can get you caught up. When you're going through the motion, hit God up. See, man was put on earth with a purpose. Good woman by your side to stay focused.
I guess you rule, that makes me Boaz. So do you really know what love is? They say love is patient, we don't have to rush this. We can take our time, work at it. God say love is kind and don't envy, boast or be proud. From Mars they can see how this purity gets down. Cause love ain't dishonest and love ain't self-seeking. Are you easily angered? Love, where's your meekness? Are you constantly speaking records of his wrong? Haven't healed from daddy's past, that's why you delighting in evil. Say, will you rejoice in the truth? Especially if I speak it in you. No, I'll protect you, cause God say that's what love do. Love protects, that means I profess, provide, always trust, and always keep hope alive. I'll preserve this love for you, cause love never fails. I love you, baby, sincerely, blessed.
Tell me, do you really know what love is? In and out relationship worthless. Man was put on earth with a purpose. Good woman by his side, together focused. See, listening to your friends can get you caught up. When you're going through the motion, hit God up. See, man was put on earth with a purpose. Good woman by your side to stay focused.
Yeah. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Listen. I'm going to be a little transparent, then I'm a jump off. And fellas, let me just be 100 with you. Purpose, gentlemen, was written over about 5 years ago. The song was written, and I'm going to get in trouble for posting this, but it's cool, because I'm going to post it anyway. Good morning, Big Juice. I just posted the link. I'm going to get in trouble, but I posted the link anyway. I take the hit of violating the standards and policies of Facebook and YouTube. This song was written, I wrote this song for Bless about 5 years ago. This song was written after I confessed in prayer that in order for me to be with a woman, in order for me to even walk down God's aisle, in order for me to be married, God will have to come down himself and introduce me to the woman that he created for me. Don't worry, Stevie Steve. I shouted you out on the intro, and y'all will get a chance to hear the intro record. Don't worry. You was shouted out. Miss Margot was shouted out. Mama Quita was shouted out. Big Juice. A lot of y'all was shouted out on the intro of the album to come. So don't worry, Stevie Steve. I got you. I told God that I went into prayer and I asked for repentance for disrespecting and violating his sanctified covenant of marriage. And I told him that I would never do it again unless it's with the woman that he created for me. I told him I don't want to be in no courthouse. I want to be standing flat foot in his house by a man that he called, by a true man of God. And I want to say vows to this woman. And I told him that I wouldn't even think of or contemplate or try to come close to marriage unless he comes down and properly makes the introduction. Anthony, Gov, Bless, whatever you want to call me. Here's the woman that I created for you. So let me give you a true testimony of favor. Here's the woman that I created for you. That's what I asked for. What was crazy was it took me 5 years to get this song out to the public, because that's how long it took for me to be patient, to pay attention, and to come into what God had for me. It was crazy because it was spoken to me the producer gave me the song, the track, the instrumental for free. Las Vegas did the hook for free. And not only did he do the hook for free, we also doing the video. And he's giving me every concept of putting this record together. The crazy thing is, the song, I recorded these vocals on the exact day, or the exact date, rather. The exact date I recorded these vocals is the exact date that I will be married. This song couldn't be pushed nor released until God brought me my wife to be. No matter how many times I wanted to put this song out, no matter how many times I tried to change it, no matter how many beats came my way, nothing fit. Nothing went. It didn't go. It didn't make sense. Or none of that. God removed me from a situation. And at the same time he was removing me from a situation, he was also removing my wife to be from a situation. Another thing is, I have tried to boost posts on Facebook to advertise certain things, and it never went through. And I just received a notification that the boost for this song has just now been approved, when I have 15 posts that I wanted to boost that has never and did not get approved by Facebook until this post right here just got approved. And I just seen it. Just got approved by Facebook to promote and to advertise. Even Can't Rap About Jesus didn't even make the qualifications to be promoted. The WakeBake and Coffee Morning Show got hindered from being promoted. And I wasn't even going to go through the necessary steps to even promote this, but my spirit said, you need to. Me being obedient, I just got the notification that they just approved the promotion through Facebook and Instagram of this song. When I wrote this record, I was single. I was a year and a half into celibacy. And I wrote this song based upon talking to and speaking to her as if I already knew who she was. And at that time, I had no clue. When I wrote the song, I told God, I want to be able to use your words. If you don't know the scripture, 1 Corinthians 13, starting at verse 5, is the complete third verse. Because I told God I wanted him to get the glory in this song. Despite my feelings, despite how I feel, I wanted to make sure he got the glory. And he did. 1 Corinthians 13. You can go read it for yourself. Some interpretations say charity. Other interpretations say love. Love is Love is patient. Love is kind. It don't envy, boast, to be proud. Love ain't dishonest. Love ain't self-seeking. Love don't keep records of wrong. Love will rejoice in the truth. Love protects. Love always trusts. Love always keep hope alive. Love will preserve. All of that is in the 3rd verse. All of that comes straight from the word. That's where I was. God introduced me to my wife. And what was crazy was, it was something that she said to me in June that made me remember to go record the record. What was crazy was she said something to me. Later on that day, I received the instrumental. Then I recorded the record. On the exact date that we will be married on next year. And God has perfect timing. Because I wanted the record done and recorded and put out and videoed up. But it wouldn't have been done right. Because my wife would have never been able to share in the blessing and favor that God has put on that song. She would have never been in a position to share, to partake in the blessings and the favor that God has placed on me in that song. And I thought about that is the reason why it took so long for it to even come out. To the point where I got frustrated. Created a whole nother hook. Got somebody else to sing the song. All of that. And what was crazy was she didn't like it. We pulled up at Vegas' house. And Vegas was like, bruh, I did this months ago. I can't remember exactly what I said because I didn't write it down. God just gave it to me and I just sung it. And as soon as he hit play, she lit up like Christmas during the 4th of July and New Year's at the same time. It was undeniable. One of the things that I do love about God is delayed gratification. One of the things that I do love about God is he works in his timing. And as I told you men earlier, God will not bless you if you have the wrong people attached to you. So first, giving all honor and credit to God, who's the head of my life. I love you and I thank you for this record. To the future Miss Jackson. Not June the 12th. God would never give me that date to get married on, Stevie Steve. June 20th. The 20th. Not afraid to tell you. To the woman that's about to be Miss Jackson, I thank you for being patient and waiting on the Lord. I thank you for praying for me when you didn't even know I existed. Because that wasn't the date that God gave me, number one. Number two, that is the birth date of my ex-wife. So God wouldn't do that. God would not allow me to get married on the birth date of a woman that he told me not to marry to begin with. So I thank you. And I hope everyone that is watching, you can go make a 99-cent purchase. The song is ready to be sold. I thank God for putting it in a position to be sold. I thank him for the lyrics of a woman that I didn't even think existed anymore. But he showed me that she does. And I'm forever grateful and thankful for everybody who support the show, who support Gap Teeth Music, which is a subsidiary of Anthony Media, who supported Philadelphia, and who supports Bless and Vegas. So I thank y'all. I thank y'all so much. I almost called you by your name. Oh, man. I almost called you by your name, baby. I know you want to be anonymous, but I almost called your name. But I love you, and I thank you for never giving up on me. And I thank you for coming in and doing exactly what God said you would do, which is be a blessing, be a gift. You will keep me in his presence, and you will love me, the good, bad, ugly, and indifferent. So to the future Miss Jackson, whether you're watching now or you watch the replay, I love you more than you can imagine. I love you more than you can imagine. Yeah, I know. She would have said something. Then she would have brought you back up in the conversation. Didn't Mama Quita tell you not to? But I love you, babe. I really do. I thank God for you. This is our record that God gave us, babe. God gave us this record. And it will be successful. And to let you in on a little secret, babe, Allure said we would sell 500,000 copies in the first week. My youngest daughter She said we'll sell 500,000 copies the first week. I'm having faith and trusting and believing that. Because, babe, after the real video for this record comes out, we'll both be able to quit our jobs and walk into the full purpose that God has placed in our lives. So I love y'all, man. I thank y'all. We love you too, Mama Quita. She's cute. I'm just here. You'll make a cup if you let her know her name. When she's ready to be known, I definitely make sure that you make that cup. I will even send you the picture that I would love to see on that cup. But I love y'all, man. I thank y'all for coming out. Y'all make sure y'all go spend that 99 cents. Spend them 99 cents. Spend them 99 cents. I love y'all, man. The song is added into rotation. And we'll be back here on Thursday with the beautiful Mama Quita. And y'all enjoy the rest of your day. Where's my cup, Stevie Steve? Tell her why she get that cheap one first, Stevie Steve. Answer a question with a question. So I love y'all, man. May God be with y'all and keep y'all for today. May y'all be where y'all should be. May y'all find love and peace. To my men out here, make sure that you understand that God has a plan and a purpose for you. And understand that he created a beautiful woman for you to help bring that purpose out of you. And I'm encouraging each and one of you, help me make this record just as y'all have made this show a success. Help me and my wife make this record a success. Because the success of either or will allow us to be in a position to bring y'all better and more and great content. So I love y'all, man. May God be with y'all. I see y'all here Thursday with Mama Quita on the Love Series. And what I can say is, virgins do exist, and marriage is a beautiful thing. Gov gone.
It's time to get up and get ready. Yeah. For the hottest morning show in the ATL. It's the Wake, Bake, and Coffee Morning Show. Live with Georgia First Black Governor.